tears you down, darling. Says you're nothing at all.
Goddamn, Sam.
But I'll pick you up, darling, when you fall. When she left you fall.
Life is crazy, man.
Life is so crazy. Life
Streets ain't the streets no more, nah.
and you don't even know it.
Hey.
Peace, 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 family. How you all doing? I hope all is well with you. My name is Keisha. I'm the owner of Astrologiks, and I am your astrology coach. Today, I'm going to be continuing my Pluto through the signs series with Pluto in Gemini, or Pluto in the third house. And so what is Pluto? Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio, and it lives in the 8th house, and it rules over power, darkness, obsession, death, rebirth, transformation, crisis, betrayal, secrets, hidden knowledge, sex, taboo topics, joint finances, taxes, debt, insurance, any kind of government money, people who owe you money and people who you owe money to, psychology, what makes people tick, any kind of counseling, and any of the parapsychologies, astrology, numerology, tarot, palmistry, all those divinations. And Gemini is a mutable air sign. It's ruled by Mercury, and it lives in the 3rd house. This is communications, thoughts, ideas, the mind, learning, studying, reading, writing, childhood education, any kind of vocational skill, hands, walking, running, short distance travel, cars. Mercury likes to break things apart, and Pluto likes to break things down into its smallest form to get to the root cause of a problem. It's very direct. It wants the truth. And in this way, these two work very, very well together for like investigating things, overthinking things, or just, studying and doing deep research to figure things out. Gemini also rules siblings, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, cousins, running errands, devices, your neighborhood, neighbors. Yeah. And so when you put the two together, these people might have grown up asking a lot of deep questions. And so these people gain a lot of information, and they're very curious about learning new things, interested in taboo topics, psychology, investigations, being a cop or an investigator or a detective. They're very deep thinkers and deep intellects. They like to have deep conversations. They don't really care too much for surface level conversations. They might not be satisfied with knowledge that they gain from others. And so if you're in a conversation with somebody, even if they ask you for your opinion, they'll hear you out and they'll listen to you, but they're going to take that information. They're going to go back and do their own research and come up with their own analysis of, whatever the question or whatever information it is they are trying to understand, so that they can understand it on a deeper level. These people pick things apart. Again, deep investigations, deep studiers. These people study patterns and habits, what makes people tick, allowing you to read people to a T. You could be too direct, too blunt for people, and they might not like that about you. And so in your local neighborhood, especially as a child, because of the things that you're in and the questions that you ask, you might have gotten into a lot of fights. And so connecting as a child with others may not have been very easy for you. You change and transform your thinking and communication quite often through the deep studying and research that you do. These people learn from experience. Um, you could have had an abusive childhood or experienced some kind of betrayal that shook you to your core, that was very painful. But it changed you. It taught you a lot about people, how people operate, how people think, and now it's your superpower. It's something that you're really good at analyzing and assessing, even when you're making the decision to be somebody's friend or allow somebody into your circle. It might have even taught you to be super influential because of all the studying and learning that you do. You can easily influence people and change their minds and what they're thinking through the information and knowledge that you can provide and share for them, to them. So yeah, you might have had a lot of issues with your peers, friends, at the school that you went to, and with siblings. Um, it could go both ways, right? So you might have powerful siblings, controlling siblings who thought they were better than you, or kind of try to dumb you down or call you like weird, or didn't really want to hear or talk about the things that you might have wanted to talk about that made you feel left out. On the other hand, this could have been something that you do to others and make people feel left out, or stupid, because of the lack of knowledge and information that they don't know or don't have. Um, you might have felt unheard, which led to maybe, some neighborhood gang affiliated things, and gotten into a lot of trouble or criminal activity, especially thieving. Gemini rules the hands, they can have sticky fingers. But I also think of any kind of Pluto energy as people who can throw hands. So, you know, you might have gotten into a lot of fights, and just been gang affiliated in that way where you had to fight a lot. Or that's why you got in the gang, is because you could fight. People might have wanted you on their team or something to that effect because of your toughness. And so you could breed fear into others, with your reputation, known for being a fighter. On the opposite end of it, you could have been really shy too and didn't really share much, especially as a younger child. Um, but you might have not have said much, or the information and knowledge that you gained because you felt unheard or left out or misunderstood in some way, shape, or form. You felt like um, people didn't want to listen. So you hid a lot of information from others, and maybe even have like a boatload of secrets about your siblings that you would probably never share, because you might have that ability, because you're so quiet, um, to um you have that ability to keep secrets and be a good listener, to keep secrets, to gain secrets, to get secrets out of people. And so on the positive side of all of this energy, once you learn this, once you go through these trials, traumas, and tribulations, um, you become really powerful, by way of being able to gather information, becoming knowledgeable. The key is to share it with others and don't keep it to yourself. On the opposite side of this, you can become too caught up in your head, in your thoughts, overthinking, trying to get to the truth, consistently studying, maybe even perhaps feeling like anything that you study is never enough. Like you could always study more. It's like, no, that answer is not good enough for me. I need to know more. You can dwell on darker subjects or things or taboo topics. Um, but again, because of all of this knowledge, you become a really good teacher, or you might like to read a lot, which again changes how you think about things. So you might constantly go through a transformation of the mind and how you think and why you think, your beliefs and what you value and things of that nature due to how much knowledge you accumulate. Um, you can overtalk people and be kind of dominant in conversations or crazy with your words, which probably again led to a lot of power struggles, especially with siblings, but it could have been also again with your peers and people that you considered friends. You might have even been overprotective of your siblings, or they were very overprotective of you. Um, yeah, I mean, overall, I really like this transit because I have Pluto in my first house, even though it's in Libra, but I get the power of Pluto and it is extremely powerful. And I think the key here is to not let it overpower your mind to the point where you endlessly drown yourself in knowledge and information and never share it. I think that's the biggest lesson here for Pluto and Gemini people, is to not let it consume your mind to the point where you never share. Start getting it on paper, write things out, practice speech and behind closed doors, so that you don't have to be ashamed of how you're saying what you're saying. Get to some point of being comfortable with sharing the things that you've learned and experienced, and all the knowledge that you've gained. People need to know that. That is the biggest key here, is to share the knowledge, information, and experiences you've had, because other people can learn from them. Um, and you get blessings from doing those types of things. So this is my interpretation of Pluto and Gemini, or Pluto in the third house. As usual, family, I love and appreciate you. I hope you found this information helpful. Peace.